All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, Hill Creek Outdoors. Got a video for you today with the Polaris Ranger XP 1000 Crew Cab Edition. It is starting to get extremely cold outside, and I think it was yesterday, it was like 12, 13 degrees, wind chill, about 7 degrees outside. So we want to try to get the Ranger squared away before winter, right? And I know if you've been watching our videos, you've seen where on these doors, especially in our door review, where the bottom part here is actually starting to crack and has a little gap there. Not much wind gets through there, but we do want to seal that up. And we've been thinking through the process, and I appreciate everybody who's given me their comments and their ideas. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to fix this today. And what we're going to utilize is it's going to be a Gorilla tape. And it is a clear version. It's supposed to fix and patch, also seal things like this. So we're going to go ahead and install that today, show you guys that process. But we wanted to bring the Ranger inside the garage here. We did get the nice heat going in here. You want to make sure you do this where it's in a nice warm environment so the adhesive on the tape actually sticks really well and you don't have any issues there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean the surfaces. Make sure they're clean, no dirt, no residue on there before we apply this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so we're going to give a good old cleaning here I'm just going to use some Windex, get this surface nice and clean. We'll spray that on there. We're going to wipe it off, let it dry. We're going to do both sides, inside and out. But we're going to make sure we don't peel it anymore, but we get all that. You could use an alcohol too, or alcohol-based. That might work as well, but this is what we have on hand. The biggest thing is making sure you get it clean and no dirt is going to be right here where you install it. We're going to do it on the inside here. Same thing. And we're going to give that good amount of time to dry. That way we don't have any issues. This side's a little dirtier, so we're going to make sure we really scrub this side here. I'm kind of curious how this tape's going to hold up here on the top, because it's kind of cracking up in here too. But hey, we'll figure it out. We're going to do it together. Get that nice and clean. Oops, don't leave none of that paper towel residue in there. All right, guys, so a little tip here. If you wear gloves, it will keep the fingerprints from actually getting on the tape. So we're going to, and this tape is supposed to be able to be ripped. Hold that tight, buddy, so don't move. And we're going to, yep, it actually can be ripped. Just like that. We're probably going to put a couple pieces on here. And just kind of layer it over. Man, some sticky stuff. All right, so now we got the inside. Now we're going to do the outside. And I think we're just going to cover the top too. It's just, it is what it is. Oh, we got a piece of our glove there. Sorry, we'll rip that out. All right, we'll get the next piece. Overlap it. Same thing here. All right, so I'm going to try to do the outside first this time. And if I use my knuckle here, I might not get a fingerprint. I'm going to try to do it without the glove on the one side. Keep. And this stuff is supposed to work even underwater. Kind of went up here a little bit, but that'll be okay. Fingerprints aren't that bad. So you can use gloves. It's a good tip to keep fingerprints off, but if you don't have any on hand, showing you can do it without it as well. And it's not gonna be that big of an issue. The next piece right here. And make sure you flatten her down and get all the bubbles out. You don't want no bubbles or wrinkles. And we should have one more, and that'll cover the bottom crack here. Got it right there. Then we'll do the inside. I'm actually going to try it without the gloves this time, just to see with both hands what it looks like. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. I got a little bit of residue right there. Oh, that's just on the outside, so we're good. You want to make sure it's long enough. I didn't make that one long enough. There we go. All right, so let's come in close and show you what it looks like. This is the passenger side where it was cracked extremely bad. At least for my taste. It was at least a whole handful, right? So made it actually solid, just like the door used to be. So it gave it really good support. As you can see, everything's sealed up. Looks pretty good too. From a distance, you can't really notice too much with that clear. From across here, you can kind of see the lines where the tape is, but it's really not that noticeable. Let's go look at the driver's side here. Hey, I tell you what, it was about a year ago we installed those turn signals there in the turn signal kit. It's been a great feature we've had. If you want to check out that video, you can go on the playlist. It'll be up here actually in the top. Check out that video on how to install the turn signal kit. But look at this here. This one here, once again, completely solid there on both sides. So let's take it for a little spin and see if, well, I know no air is going to come through, but just see what it looks like. Well, we want to test this out a little bit. You can see the visibility down there. That's on the passenger side. It actually really can't tell the difference. It's no difference than up top here where it's a little bit of scratching. But yeah, you can definitely see how it's blocked all the wind coming out. There's no wind coming through there. Nothing at all. No draft anymore, which is great. And the visibility really didn't change. So I think it's going to work out extremely well. It's been just one of those falls this year where you kind of have those ups and downs here in Ohio. You might be 50 degrees one day, and then the next day it's going to be in the low 20s or teens. So you just never know what you're going to get. So it's kind of nice to get this stuff put on to those doors. That way we are prepared when the snow starts flying and we end up having to park down here at the bridge. For those of you who have continued to come back to the channel, we appreciate that. But you definitely know that we cannot get up of our driveway. It's a half-mile long gravel driveway, and it's a 14% grade. And that right there, where the turnaround is, down here by the bridge, is actually where we end up parking during those times where it snows or maybe icy conditions, because the last thing you want to do is slide off the hill when you're trying to get down from your vehicle. So we utilize the Polaris Ranger XP 1000 crew cab with the heating system, and also our Polaris Sportsman 400. That way we have two different pieces of equipment down here. As you can see, our bridge, we're ready for Christmas. Hopefully you guys are as well. But right there is where we park, and that just gives us a nice area to load up. So we're going to head back up the driveway here and wrap this video up. But I can tell you, I think this tape here has definitely sealed it, and it's going to be waterproof no air getting through. Gonna make for a enjoyable winter season here in Ohio. So. All right, guys. So now we got back off of that little ride around with the Ranger after we fixed these doors. Once again, it is the Gorilla Tape clear version. It did seal this up. No wind noise. No air's coming through there. It is going to be waterproof. We're going to see how well and long this lasts. So we're excited to kind of test it out this winter, especially with the cold. And hopefully this keeps that little bit of draft coming in kind of out there and keep us a little bit more warm. So love the heating system in this thing. It has been just a pleasure. So we appreciate each one of you guys coming back to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time here on Hill Creek Outdoors, we'll see you.